Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet. What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hey.
What is the deal? I was going to say, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I don't know what it was. Something about her. I saved her in my phone recently. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, you
It'll have to come back to me.
I know why.
Why?
So you remember we was at Alicia's house, and we were all feeling good. Okay. And this was like last weekend.
But why did I save it?
So you were like, Marquita, you got to do this. And, okay. See, I had to set the amiens, and now it went back to the boom.
I was going through my pictures. I was like, why do I have Carmen Sandiego in my phone? But it all made sense.
Right?
Shout out to Alicia. Where you at?
She had them cards. Them cards was nice.
Hey, y'all. What's the deal? What's the deal, beautiful people? It is your number one and favorite prescriber, Miss Love Doctor. Out here trying to push this love like weight. And this is where love also meets beauty, my beautiful co-host.
Beauty on the beat.
What's the deal? Because we are on the hottest, sexiest, spiciest, sultriest, inferno-ist.
Okay. Hot on fire-istness.
Burn your fingerness. Station Hot 702.5. So y'all ready to talk some love today?
Yes.
I think it is time. It's been a week.
It's been a week,
So no, I wasn't here last week.
Yes,
were we here last? We weren't here last week.
Yes, we had Corey the Poet.
Oh, I wasn't here the week before that. See, it's been so long.
And I wasn't here before that, remember? And I felt like I was, we're back in rotation.
Back. I think like the jet lag shit kicked in days later.
Because when she came, your butt was on go.
Man, listen. And I was like, how do I have jet lag weekend during Juneteenth weekend?
I know.
My body was like, that's not what we're not going to do. And then we didn't do any of the things that I had planned. So it is what it is. But thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah, we can do Juneteenth anytime we want to. Yeah. We can just call it another 10th.
Exactly.
Let's pick another 10th and celebrate it all over again. Fuck it. Right. They say it's all year, right?
Thank you.
We're going to invite y'all to our new 10th party. So make sure, of course, if nobody told you guys that they loved you today, we would like to be the first. And
we love you.
We got to check in with you. How are you? How was your week? How was everything?
Good. It was good.
No, you fine. Didi say y'all fine.
Didi, no, she fine. Okay.
So you say your week was good.
It was amazing. I've been having my kids gone, so it's a FDK,
Having a good old time.
My kids is having fun. And now we having fun. So it's so much stuff that's happening. But like, I'm excited about the things that we learning, and I'm just like okay, it's ready. My life has been like on the steady up. Like, I've been seeing more positive things, and more positive things have been coming my way.
Yes, I love that.
Thank you, Miss Love Doctor.
Oh, thank yourself. Thank yourself.
It takes I gotta do the work though. I would always.
I'm like, it takes yourself for sure. But
how was
I do have a mission in life. And my week, it was crazy. It was like this, everything that I had planned on doing, I did not do. And that's crazy because I feel like the whole week was shifted like that. Like Wednesday, I had other plans. And I got a call, like, you want to go to the Aces game? And, I had TT Vet. Man. So I took TT Vet today. I cannot wait to post her pictures because she was so happy. Like, her smile was everything. She saw Shaquille O'Neal, girl. She lost her shit. You know how she was. She was like, take my phone, take his picture. I was cracking up. And then
she done seen 2 famous people with you now.
Yeah.
2. She done
be
leveled
outside
up.
With me a little bit. Hey, she be outside with me a little bit.
She be. That's why people be hating, because she be lit.
And then Thursday, got a call. That was pretty dope. Like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm about to do this, this, and this. And they were like, you want to go see Erykah Badu? I was like, well, that sounds like I'm about to be doing that. And then I was no longer doing what was on my agenda again. And then Friday, I don't know. It was I was all over the place Friday, too. Anyway, I had a busy week. So by Saturday, I was running out of fumes.
He was like, I'm going down. And
I was like, help me. My body was like, we're going to lay down. So, but it was a busy week. It was a good week.
That sounds
a lot of blessings have been upon all of us this week.
Right.
I have been in full preparation for Let's Talk Real Love and Basketball. That is this week. That is this Saturday.
Ooh, y'all.
And yes,
I'm so excited for that because, like we were saying earlier, like, legit, she is giving us, like, real lessons in the form of fun, not so heavy, not so, like counseling when you, after a session, you gotta figure out how to do something to woosah from all the shit that you just said. Right?
Get rid of that.
But the fun part of this is literally she's helping us figure out how to be able to play this game called motherfucking love. And I don't know what she got up her sleeves, but I know that the questions that I gotta ask.
Why y'all think something up my sleeve?
Because the way that you show us in a realistic way of how to love or how to be loved or how to give love, receive love, whatever.
All of that.
All of that.
I just think it in a great way. I don't know, like today, like I'm nervous. I'm nervous as hell because, it's just my vision and doesn't mean it's necessarily going to play out the way I want to. And the resort, like, this is what I'm thinking. Like, sometimes the results may not be as beneficial. You know what I mean? Like, but the overall goal is to really be about your partner, teamwork, communication. You know what I'm saying? Compassion. All of that shit is going to play into this game because at the same time, that's why today's show is love. Let's Talk Love and the game, because the game is something that is, I think, self-created. So if that's the case and you're in a relationship, you're bringing 2 different games together. How do you know if our rules are the same?
Yes.
Right?
And nobody talks about it. So you could be playing basketball, I'm playing football. Soccer, baseball, like you not playing my rules right. Well, bitch, you didn't explain the game. What game we
never told me what the rules of the game was.
Yes.
So yes. But anyway, we're gonna give a little love to our sponsors. Thank you, Kato. She said, "You got this, buddy." The house where Keys Royalty House of Love is the house where love is the key.
Where the love
open many doors of repairing, restoring, rebuilding love from within, and also essential relationship coaching, reestablishing the foundation of love, and to begin to reconstruct it. Keys Do Love Mommies nonprofit organization is creating a village of healthy parents, empowering healthy children, and then you're always staying on beat with hair and makeup with Beauty on the Beat. Because your hair and your makeup done by Beauty on the Beat, and my hair is done by Beauty on the Beat.
I do her makeup, but she just gets the VIP treatment, just eyes only, okay?
Listen, why don't people want to just do eyes?
Because people don't want to just pay for eyes.
What do you mean?
Like, if somebody charges you their time to go out there to go get your eyes done, are you going to pay $50 for somebody to put your eyes on? That's what, so that's why I'm saying, like, people.
But I don't wear it enough to be like, I can be committed to something like that.
So
and then you spoil me, so I don't know what you want me to do with that. You can't ask me a question like that.
I'm just saying, for the average person, if you're gonna just get your eyes done, go to like Sephora, go to like, you know, something.
That's what
like
I used
that.
to do. Go to MAC and buy some eyelashes.
Yeah.
And my little favorite lip gloss.
Because
lip
they
gloss
can never put your face on.
For my
never
birthdays.
let them. Never let them.
On my face?
Yes.
They've never had. Nobody's ever put makeup on my face.
But I'm saying for the people.
No. Oh, you saying don't.
Please don't.
Oh, I thought you was telling me, like, don't let them. Okay.
Ex-nay. I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody is not built the same at MAC. I want y'all to know that.
Well, yeah.
That you got to have that neck matcher.
Even if they wasn't at MAC, they still.
You got to have the neck matcher if you're going to pay that much.
Okay. All right. So we talking about the GAME today.
Man, right?
Talking about the GAME that everybody be wanting to play. And y'all know when I got my eyes down, I'll be trying to share the show so y'all can come in here and have the conversation with us. But if you do want to join the conversation, you can call in, you can share, you can write in the comments, drop some hearts. Please. 702-551-5261. Make sure you hit the share button so your friends can also tune in. And let them know that this place is a safe space for them to talk. And just be honest and keep it classy and respectful. And we'll be cool. But today, we talking about the love and the game of love, right? So due to this being the week, that Real Love and Basketball this Saturday at noon at the Pearson Center. You got to be there before noon because it starts at noon, okay? Starts at noon. And come out and just see these couples who are entrusting me in playing a game that's not about the skill of beating each other, but actually the skill of winning with one another.
Ooh,
so,
don't give me chills like that.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to win. Come on, baby. We're ready to win.
Yeah, you got to win in this thing called love together.
True.
You cannot be opponents. There's no way.
You're right.
Right?
You're right.
So, thank you and your husband.
I'm excited and scared at the same time.
Yes, so I hope y'all ready. Okay? I sent them some stretching videos. Like, listen, get your stretch on.
We playing.
I'm a stretch. Wow. So, loving the game. How different they are, or are they one and the same? Is really the real question. So people play games every single day, like for nothing, and not realizing that life is in fact not a game, and life is very real. And we only get one chance at this thing. So you got to make everything count. And it's so crazy. The older you get, the more clearer that becomes. Right. Like, ooh, you know what? I'm going to decide not to allow this to upset me because for what? Then you think back like, damn, I was mad about this. I was mad about that. Like, why? It was so much of my time. Like, somebody should have taught me this a long time ago.
I had that last night, and I told you that today. That's so crazy. It's my half birthday coming up in July, right? And I'm like, what the heck is
Mine's
going on?
Mine's in a couple of days.
I'm going, in my mind, like, why am I going through all these different cycles of emotions? It was the questions, definitely, that she posed to us. For the ones who had it on there, if it wasn't that difficult for you, no problem. For me, it was, okay? And I just had to ask myself, and I had to sit in the revelation
of thinking about the answers to the questions that I asked.
Yes, but also noticing a pattern of why am I only feeling this? There was it's other stuff that was, in there. Like, why are you only focused on that?
Yeah.
You know how you can write a whole letter and the letter is beautiful, but there's one sentence that's off or one word that's not spelled correctly. It's like, throw the whole thing away. That's messed up to think of. Think about life like that. Think about your partner like that. Just feeling like, oh, these little things, these minor inconvenience or hurtful things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just upset that it consumed me more than
so much time.
Yes.
So much time. I learned that, in a not so pleasant way, of course. Basically, you learn that. When you learn that, you learn that. And You be like, yeah. So you don't want to waste too much time being mad about certain things. Because, like, in real talk, like, people can do something to you and they know they pulled some scam shit. And they thinking, like, oh, maybe I got her in a place where she's going to forgive everything that I do. No, that's not the case. I'm dealing with you because I made a conscious decision to still deal with you and not hone in on the stupid shit that you didn't need to do to begin with. I'm making a choice to deal with you. Doesn't mean that I haven't recognized fully what you've done.
Yeah.
And the situation is, it doesn't need to be done ever. Like, and it shouldn't happen again. Because I gave you that second chance. Like, because I haven't done shit to you.
Yeah.
And if I have, why haven't you talked to me about it? But we play way too much, and this allows people to get hurt sometimes. Like, people don't really realize that. We shouldn't be playing with people's heart, especially knowing what you know about the way it feels when your heart got hurt or toyed with or fumbled or misused or, you know, confused and whatever the fuck else it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what that heartache feels like. So why the fuck are you playing with people's hearts?
Yes. Why would you want?
Why would you want to put somebody else through that, knowing that it was very, very painful for you? Like, damn, your heart, like, what? It's in the middle of my chest.
Like, what?
Is it the big one?
I'm going to you.
It's
Elizabeth.
It's Elizabeth.
Home.
Oh my God.
But you know, so I've always asked that question because I don't understand it either. But I feel like, isn't it hurt people? Like, when you...
I feel like hurt people make that shit up.
No, but like legit.
Yeah, I hurt you because I was hurt.
Like, if I had to deal with the hurt, why can't you?
We was watching Ayama, me and you.
Yeah.
And it was a certain episode, and the mama did the same thing to her kids that happened to her.
Yeah.
And you was like, why would she put them through that, knowing what it did to her? So it's like, at what point do you break that cycle and be like, I don't have to hurt you because you hurt me. I don't have to hurt with hurt. You understand what I'm saying? I could cut your ass off.
Yeah.
And deal with my hurt over here and heal and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Why is like, oh, okay, well, you hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to stab you. I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't do that. But I
know what I'm saying?
People do that because they are.
Yeah.
They feel like, oh, okay, it happened to me. Well, then what makes them better? Why can't it happen to them? Because some people are mad at your happiness, your success, your light. Like, we've learned that too. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
You know?
We shouldn't be playing with people's hearts, though.
Hey, you see all those snaps and all those other different things, like, you know, like, people, when it comes to, like, them getting their feelings hurt, shit, SZA got a whole song. She killed her I done killed my ex. I'm like, what? Not the best idea. I'm like, what?
And they aired that. Yes. They aired that. And people singing that. You see what I'm saying? Implanted. That was a plant. A seed planted in your head. Like,
True that.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, well, shit, this motherfucker got me fucked up, so I might as well just...
She said, I might as well be in jail or in hell than alone. I'm like, what?
I don't want that shit. Don't never sign me up.
Don't bring that over here. Don't bring that over
I don't want the water. I don't want the Kool-Aid. I don't want none of that shit. So we're gonna define the game.
Okay.
Let's define the game. It is a form of play or sport, especially a competitive one, played accordingly to the rules and decided by skill, strength, or luck. Then the adjectives, I had to put these in there because they're very important.
Okay.
Eager or willing to do.
Okay.
Okay, the game. Something with a new or challenging.
So you gotta remember that. To do something that's challenging.
No wonder this shit.
That's why it's called the game.
No wonder. We're the only ones who's late to the party.
Yeah.
So listen, then the verb is manipulative in a situation, typically in a way that's unfair or unscrupulous. Bam.
Boom. Like, damn.
I was like, okay.
Wow.
I was waiting on you. I was like, let me see what she gonna say.
You knew I was looking like. So it basically describes what happens in relationships to the motherfucking
we in the game. We in the game.
So, yeah. So when are we gonna? Okay, y'all. So hello.
Okay. All right.
Hello.
So then the player.
Maybe I've never played sports, so I don't know about these games.
Well, I've been in sports.
I just see games that people play. I see it. We're observing. But you're not observing when you're in it. I don't know how that works either.
Why aren't you?
Because you're never not. You don't
see it while you
never
in it.
not. No.
Not never.
Not a never.
You see it. You got your damn blue blockers on trying to act like you don't see it. And you don't want to make that move that you need to make knowing that you know what you know. So you just act like it's not happening. No. We too old for that, to act like you don't see what you see because you're not. And you know.
But sometimes it's not. You don't really see it while you're in it.
I think we don't want to see it while we in it.
However,
I think you definitely see it while you in it. What y'all think? Y'all think you see it while you in it, or do you got on your blue blockers?
Yes.
Like, let me put my shades on, blind and shit, because I'm.
You need to put them on
for whatever your reason is. It could be because you just having a good time. You just like, I see this shit, but I'm having a good time.
Okay. All right.
You know, I'm just saying.
All right.
I don't know. There's not one time that I've been in a situation that I didn't see the shit clear as day.
Really?
Yeah.
And never
why am I having a question? I didn't have a question for 3 years, 8 months, and 2 days, but on the third day, I got a question. So I may not have facts about why I'm asking this. I may not have, validity to it. But why is this question being raised? Why am I starting to think like this? Why am I looking at you like this? Why are you moving like this? Why are we now having these type of conversations?
What if you're growing and evolving? What if you're having those type of conversations now and they're asking about different things?
Girl,
like you
need me to break it down for you?
We're
not going to do that. We're going to talk about the player, because that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, once the player starts to play in the game, you can see the shift in the energy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So a person taking part in a game or of a sport, to be called a player is a person, especially, this is not none of these are ever my definitions. I looked these up, okay? So to be called a player is a person, and especially a man, who has sexual relationships with more than one person at the same time. And then the game of love in the Urban Dictionary is when two people like each other, but they act like they don't. And they're waiting to see if the other person is going to make the first move. So that is the game of love. And then that is the player.
Yeah, I see that play out so many times. So many times where you like the person, but the person act like they don't really like each other, but they really do. But it's just like, you
seen it?
I've seen it. I've seen a few patterns of it, in my day.
Yeah, we gotta stop playing with people's life, bro. Especially when people love life, like, seriously. But I was thinking about it, like, in a way, like, have you ever felt like you got played at least?
Yes, and I didn't like that fucking feeling. So I was like, I'm part of the He-Man hating club, because I was like, fuck all these niggas, okay? I legit. I felt like, you know what? It was the people around me, the women that I love the most, I saw got played. And then I vowed to myself to never be that. Even though you still end up being that in some type of a way, okay?
Ooh, child.
But it's like, I was upset. I was literally like, fuck all. And that could have been
windmill
like,
swinging.
Yeah, like, I'm just like, oh, they so nasty and they so mean, and then they leave you with kids, and then they act like
leave you with kids.
Like, I was, and then like, oh, they talk to other girls and they want to do this, and all they want you for is your pussy. That's it. That's all they talk about. That's all they want. Like, they're not asking you about, like, how your day was.
You know what's interesting to me is that when men have daughters, they tell their daughter, like, don't be dealing with these men. They don't want nothing from you this wooty-wooty-woo. But you're doing the same thing.
Thank you. I hate those type of fathers that have a whole bunch of girls, but yet you like, oh no, my girl, she ain't go. But you're that dad. You're the one that made. It's you, homie.
Like, ooh-wee.
So look out for you. Like, hey, daughter, look out for me.
So that blends us right into gender roles when it comes to the game, right? It's good for you, but it ain't good for me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Them gender roles, them double standard bitches. I hate.
So you think they feel like the game is for the men and the women is what? To be in the stands, so you're cheering?
Like, we want to be participators. They want us to participate. They want us to be willing participants. Like, oh my God, because you guys are the man. Oh my God, I just want to, like, you just, those waves is waving. You know, them, you know, your muscles is muscling and that dick is dicking, you know. And it's like, we supposed to be digmatized and we supposed to share you with the world. Share you with the world, but I'm supposed to keep my cootie on hold until you're ready.
The precious flower.
Like, that shit what?
Do not let everybody deflower my flower while I go out and be a motherfucking weed whacker.
That's a good weed whacker. All in people bushes and shit. That's fucked up. Yes. Yes, guys, okay?
Ooh,
y'all in everybody's flower garden, okay? Weed whacking and shit.
Out there just weed whacking.
But don't nobody can't come to the one that you say that's the one I love. That's
you
my
got to put
bottom.
little gnomes
that's
and shit in it. Did anybody come in this yard?
Globe. Y'all see this? Why this off?
The soul globe.
You know how you get in your car and then somebody like, oh, who adjusted the seat?
Who made this seat? I didn't do this.
Yeah, it's like, come on now, y'all. Oh, okay. Hate it.
But it's like when people get married, that's the first thing they say is like, man, I'm getting out the game. Hanging up my player's card.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I wonder who first, like, coined
player
dating the game. And I should have looked that up. I'm slipping. That would have been a good one to know. Like, where did that even come from? Pretty sure it's some urban shit.
Definitely.
But it's not only subject to the urban community, though.
No, of course.
It's every single
Universal.
human species doing this exact same shit. So maybe it's the way life goes.
That's the way love
We was definitely listening to Janet today. Because this playlist for Let's Talk Love and the Real Love and Basketball Game is going to be off the chisel.
It's going to be like a little mini concert on top of, like, you know.
I hope y'all coming out to the game. Even if you don't get to play in the game, bring your kids, bring your mama.
It should be a celebration. We got to teach the kids these things now.
That's what people texting me. They like, is kids welcome? I'm like, yes, it's a real basketball game. So everybody's like, is this really a game? It's really a game. And there's really going to be playing and buckets and free throws and threes. Kato, hop on a flight Friday night. No, don't get started now.
I was like,
look it up. Look it up right now.
Tell us. You know?
Tell us what?
Look it up. Let us know.
Let us know. But it's crazy as hell because even though it's like, all right, death to the player when you get married, but it's like
it's only to
it get resurrected like Jesus, like in 3 days.
Resurrection, like, bitch. Oh, that was good, man.
I'm back. I'm married, but I was dead, but now it is now alive. You feel me? It is now alive. But they said it's glorified to have many women, and it's frowned upon for women to even display sexuality sometimes.
Oh yeah, y'all the first. It's always that. If you're in a relationship, it's always your boyfriend, your husband saying, oh, I don't like you hanging with such and such, right? Why? Why you don't like her? Oh, because she's open with her sexuality. She ain't in a relationship. Why does it matter? Why would you pick and choose? Oh, okay, you want to say that. I hated shit like that, but then those are the ones that they go and fuck with.
Right.
Oh, right. So you in her bed too, bitch? Well, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, but she ran through, though.
Yes.
But she ran through those. So I can't wife. I could fuck her, but I can't wife her.
Ooh.
That's one. That's definitely one. Like, nah, it's cool. Like, shit, like, yeah, I'm a fuck. But you ran through, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure, do women say that?
Not for us women. We do judge ourselves, other women, for that same
like,
reason.
Ew, you fucked with her. Ew.
Because, like, she fuck everybody. Like, nobody. She don't say no to nobody. There are some girls.
Triggered.
There are some girls that are like that,
but
I never like.
Y'all are so funny.
People who are mean to those girls, because I feel.
I feel like do what you want to do, like do your thing, just keep it safe, keep it funky.
Exactly.
But I just personally, I don't know. At some point in life, you know, you want to be sexually free like that, but it's a lot of DNA going on, and that's the part I can't really wrap my head around. And I think once I can get past that.
I felt like I started very late in life with sex, right? Because I had a bias against guys. I felt like guys were
they leave you with babies.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck that. I just used what God gave me. And that was it. So I was okay with that. But then when I went to college and I started, it was kind of like, oh, so it's different types, different feelings, different.
How the hell did we get here?
I'm just saying, like, I had hoes tendencies, and that's what it was. It was what it was. And I'm okay saying that because I have lived out of that.
But does it have to be called that? Why you couldn't have had your player tendencies?
Because as men, if you knew that, they wouldn't want to fuck with you. Because you were, again, if I found you attractive and we wanted to fuck, I was going to do so. That's kind of like why I said what I said about me and my husband. Again, I didn't know it was going to be husband and wife. I didn't see that far with men. Because men, to me, I had a real he-man. I don't like men.
Yeah, you ain't going to do me right anyway.
So it was kind of like, don't.
Kiki said, Lily.
Is what it is. Lily. But I'm just saying, like, I love that I had to have that time. And I don't have to apologize. I lived through that. Like, and I'm okay with it because it was only like, that was 2 years. And I was wilding and I had a good 2 years. Okay?
Then you got married.
Then I was like, fuck, I gotta. If I had 4 more years of singleness, bitch, I needed to be in a relationship.
In a relationship, okay, yeah. All right. But the fundamentals of the game is what? The rules.
If you don't talk about them, then you don't have to.
The rules. Everyone plays by their own rules and usually don't have a conversation and compare the rules so that everybody could play the game fairly.
But they don't want us to.
Why?
Because they don't.
So it's like one partner is open, but the other partner is monogamous.
Yes.
Because we didn't have the conversation about what the rules were to this relationship.
Yes.
Like, you knew your rules and how you came in. Then I was like, well, this is what I think that this is or whatever. And it's like, all right, cool. What was I watching today when I wasn't watching it? It was on TV. Marriage Huntsville. Oh, yeah. That first shit that was on there.
Yeah.
And I'm it's on mute. And I'm just looking because it was like season 1 or whatever. And I'm like, damn, they like in season 6 at this point. And I was just like, and she was like, no, because cheating is a deal breaker and I will definitely divorce you for that. And he's looking dead at her. He's looking at her like this while she talking. Her mouth is moving. And that was season 1, episode 1.
So episode that was 2, her boundary.
But by season 3 or 4, they're literally divorced. He was already cheating on her.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was crazy as hell that you looking at her in her face say this knowing that you're currently doing what she's saying is divorceable.
But if he already doing it and she just now saying that it's divorceable and he stuck in the rock and
She didn't know. Like, you watching the show. You see it unfold over the seasons.
No.
Because remember, he ended up having a baby with the girl and everything.
How can he come to the girl and say, like, hey, that's a boundary? She said, I'm out. If this nigga do that, did they have that conversation?
What do you mean, how do you come to her?
Did they have
the same way you come in her, like the same fucking way? What do you mean?
I'm asking.
Be honest.
If you're already doing what she said that's a deal breaker, you ain't gonna say nothing. You gonna be
but you gonna keep doing it?
Most times they do. Yes.
I'm not saying what somebody would do. I'm saying what we talking about right here, right now in this show. He knew he was doing it at the current time while he was watching her mouth move.
And he wasn't going to say
nothing. He didn't say a damn thing. He kept doing it. I guess he didn't think that she was going to really divorce his ass. You know, so I was just like, this shit is crazy as hell because it's such a natural thing. Like, what? Like, what's the big deal? Like, what? Remember, he was like, I made a mistake and it is what it is. Like, quit bringing it up.
Oh.
And you was like, trigger.
That was a trigger for me. Because it's like, if you do forgive somebody from doing some shit like that, and it's like, you should be able to be okay with it being brought up at any time. If it's a trigger for you and if something reminded you of that, you should be able to say how you feel.
Or if you are displaying like any type of the same or similar things.
Yep.
But if you just like, it's Sunday and you cooking breakfast and the bacon pop you and now you trigger.
Yes.
Like, no, I'm not talking about no shit like that. Like, you just can't keep bringing anything up like that because if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't want to keep being scrupuloused either. So you'll be like, okay, well, let's talk about it in a healthier manner. Yeah. Because clearly it's still upsetting you what I did. But, you know, my whole thing is rebuilding the trust is the whole thing. And that's why it's important for y'all to sit down and really make your own rules.
True.
to y'all's game. Because it's y'all's game. Y'all playing until y'all ready to quit the game, right? Period. Be true to yourself. And then you got to be true about what you want. You got to be really honest about what you want.
You got to know what you want.
I think putting your egos to the side is big. Because motherfuckers be walking in the room like...
Yeah, the ego is bigger than anything. That's what makes people leave, stay, deal with stupid shit. It's ego. It's a lot. It has a lot to do with that.
So what would be, let's think about what would be one of your, and then you guys in here tell us what is a rule to your love life?
A rule to my love life. Don't do something that I don't want him to do to me.
Don't do something that you don't want done to yourself.
Yes.
It's a great rule.
I just feel like that. I mean,
that's a great rule. I think that kind of like puts a blanket like over all the shit. Like,
like,
if you know,
yeah,
by little tiny thought, like I probably don't want her to do this shit right here. You might want to just back up off of that shit, because if we do the same things, we may not take it the same way.
Nope. What's your phrase? It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Ain't no fun. I used to be around older people.
I love that saying. I'm like, it is.
Cash said no lying. No lying. So we got Amina in here. Hey y'all, what's going on, everybody?
No lying.
What's the Turner? What's the deal? What y'all talk about today in the office? What we talking about? Didi said, y'all fine. Hey Tanya. She said, hey, beautifuls.
Hey.
That made me think about Tay at the bow shit. What's up, beautifuls?
Beautifuls.
Like, what's the deal? So, I guess if that's the case, we might as well talk about the game of life, because that's important. That's important. And I think that if we were taught at a younger age about the game of life and how to, like, win instead of, like, winging it, you know what I'm saying? And be realistic, of course. Not like you're going to win every game and you're going to get up every day and you're going to do great in school. Like, you're going to have some challenges. Every school year is going to be harder than the last school year because you're learning something new. You know, but put them in a position to be successful in life from the womb.
Yeah. That's our job. That is our job. That is our job. Okay? I do believe in that, though, wholeheartedly.
What's that?
Is making sure that our kids are set up, like, with realistic expectations. Like,
not like I'm giving them everything I have because I didn't have it.
Yeah.
No. You could do that. But you also need to teach them everything you didn't know.
I want to support my kids in everything they do. And I be telling my son, like, oh, you want to be LeBron, or you just want to be on the game? Like that I need you to, if you do, your effort level has to be totally different.
Okay.
That's it. If that's what you want, like for me, if I want to be the best of this, my energy level towards it has to be more. Has to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to stay complacent. You're going to just get what you have. You have to be able to figure that out.
Not go for a little bit more, huh? That makes perfect sense. And then, another thing is, putting yourself doesn't mean that you have to not necessarily have the other person's heart in mind, but sometimes you are, not in a selfish way, of course, but
selfless.
Yeah, so it's like, no, this is something that I need for me, but I'm still being honest about what I need. It has nothing to do with you, it has nothing to do with your feelings. I'm not trying to hurt you, but I'm telling you that this is what I need. Yeah, because your needs and your wants are two totally different things. And
are we teaching our kids that the difference between needs and wants? That's important.
That's major.
Because if we don't know that, and as a kid, how do we, when you want to learn it as an adult, you got to figure it out. What you don't know, you got to figure out.
That is true.
Because you say
what y'all out here teaching y'all kids about being successful in life. But in life, we have things that's going on within ourselves, and we never stop to see what's actually going on with the other person. So you might get so caught up in you that you're not even paying attention. Like, these things are affecting your kids, your spouse, you know what I'm saying?
Family, siblings, everything.
Like, we going through this same thing together. So we had this conversation today about how sometimes people feel like kids don't have they don't have a place in, like, not saying any emotions, but they don't have a place. Like, say if there's some adult shit going on in the house, like kids stay in your place.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have nothing to do with this. But it's like, okay, so the way I had to explain it to this person was like, okay, so where does the kid live? I had to break it down this far. Like, well, they live in the house with me. So whose place is that? That's your place, right? So this kid is living in your place because this is your child and this is where they live, in your place, right? So them staying in their said place, everything that's happening in this place is going to affect them.
Period.
So if you think that your silent treatment with each other is not screaming throughout the house, it is. And if you don't think your loud verbal arguments in the room with the door closed because you think they sleep, they hear it. Don't act like you weren't once a child and you don't understand that your parents' place was still your place. So you have to understand that they have feelings. They going through things and they have the same effects, possibly bigger than yours, because they don't even know how to regulate their emotions to begin with.
Yep.
So how do you tell a child stay in your place, but they in the house with you?
I've been learning a lot more because that's how my grandma raised me. You know?
A lot. And we were talking about that too.
Yeah, like that's how you were raised. And it's like the whole gentle parenting thing of like, what does that look like? Oh, well, you need to whoop your kid's ass. That's not what it's telling you not to do. It's just telling you there's other ways for you to be able to effectively show them because they're handling it the same way that you handle. So when you brought it up to my attention how I talk to my husband sometimes. I see my daughter. If she gets a little snappy, hey, but she sees it from me. So I had to be aware of that as well. So it's like, okay, you are right. These are things that I don't want to pass down to my children to either keep their feelings bottled inside or speak out and talk, rudely or mean or belittling to someone else too. Like you have to learn that they're watching you.
Carbon copy.
Like, So the things that I don't like about...
It's your seed, literally.
Girl.
DNA just all up in the thing. You know what I'm saying? I, recently tried to have my own face, and it was like everybody was trying to tell me that it wasn't. Like, it wasn't a discussional post. It was like, hey, this is what it is post.
Yes, and nobody... Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I seen that post.
From up here and down there, it's a difference.
I don't know what's the Latasha's about because my cousin Tasha looks just like her mom as well. I don't know why. It's y'all. The name is a carbon copy. Dead on.
Yeah. So I guess we could talk about some keys to being able to navigate within a relationship, possibly without game.
Give me some keys.
I got the keys. So of course, you already know what I'm gonna start with. Getting yourself together to a place where you completely love yourself.
I think that's
and completely honest with yourself. It's funny as hell when you watch people lie, and it's like who you lying to, me or you?
Like, bitch, okay, well, you ain't
Well, I was at the store with you, and that is not what happened. But you gonna tell your story how you want to tell it, So that one is big. Communication, effective communication.
That needs to be taught.
Healthy, effective communication. Because I could be talking effectively, but I could also be saying a whole lot of other bullshit non-verbally too. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, why are you saying it like that?
Now I can't even receive what you're saying. Like I'm just looking like,
why your neck rolling so much?
Did you hear what I said? Well, I just noticed your neck, so I really wasn't paying attention.
Your neck is saying something different than what the words that's coming out of your mouth.
Like, why is the attitude behind what you're saying? What I do?
You know what is another big C is cooperation.
That's a big C, okay?
That's a big C. But I feel like
But another C is control. So if you don't, if you like to be in control.
But why does cooperation mean that you're under control?
No, I said it comes with, if you are in cooperation, you have to lose control because you're cooperating.
No, I disagree.
Why?
Why do I have to lose control of that? Because I'm agreeing to something that you're asking of me. I would assume that you would do something that I'm asking of you. So I'm cooperating with what it works for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you're like, don't call me before 8 o'clock because I have to sleep in because I work late nights, you know what I'm saying? Or don't start a group text at 6 a.m. knowing that there's one night owl in the group, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm asking you that and I still do it, I'm uncooperative. But if I'm like, okay, well, I know she got to sleep in, shit, that's just me being inconsiderate of your needs. It doesn't mean that I'm losing any type of control. Because I could be, if I feel like this is a control thing, then I ain't got to call your ass at all. I'll wait till you call me. So you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't see you losing control because you're cooperating with your husband or your husband's cooperating with his wife. Like, we are making a conscious effort to do things that works best for us.
Yes. No, I said, but I'm saying it more as some people don't like to relinquish control, so they don't compromise. They would rather control the way it is, how it's supposed to be, versus just compromising that, hey, your suggestion ain't wrong, my suggestion ain't wrong, what's the compromise? But if I want to controlling, I'm going to choose whichever one I want to do.
Well, and that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about control.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to create a healthy relationship without games. Okay? Because if you're here to control the narrative, you might as well write the game. You might as well write the rules. You might as well tell me about the game. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I'll just conform.
Am I just a player? Then let me know.
I mean, what number am I? You know, how many do you have on the bench? Yeah, feel me? So it's like, okay, well, you're a sub. For the other starting 12.
Yeah, you know, I really like this one, but he giving me too many problems. So I'm going to put you in the game, just help me feel a little bit better about
myself. Sub you in, sub you out.
And then the one that's on the bench the longest, that's the one like, man, I've been waiting for you. As soon as he gets you, you do the same shit. The same
Put your ass
shit.
back on the bench.
Those are the games that we're talking about. Guys, come on now.
Oh, my God. That is hilarious. So realizing not only your own strengths and weaknesses, but the other person's strengths and weaknesses. Recognizing them and then being able to be okay with it. Because you can't recognize somebody's weakness and then throw it in their face every time you know it's their weakness.
True.
Like, I know that's not your strong suit, so let me go ahead and do that, you know. So, and that's communication, of course, is the number one that can make or break a relationship. Because most times we don't know how to talk to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's why, even though we are playing a basketball game on Saturday, communication is still key.
I'm gonna see. Let me tell y'all. So be the team captain. I'm gonna see how. So
this is how. Once you sign up and we get everything going, I send you a welcome letter, right? And on the welcome letter, it has some things that I am requesting from each player, each couple, right? And so the feedback that I'm getting, the way I'm getting the feedback is, it kind of made me feel good today because it allows me to know in a little bit of a space that at least this first phase of the game is working.
Okay, yeah.
Because people are hitting me up like, oh my God, like what? And I'm like, what? So the thing is I ask you to send me, I give you specific questions and I ask you to send me your, either your answer or the question. So it's either questions I've asked or questions that I've posed. And you send it back for me and you can't talk about it with your spouse, or your teammate. And it's making them think. But even with the intros, like, I'm like, okay, send me a picture of you. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your relationship. Like, I literally was getting text messages like, this is making me think. I'm like, yes, tell me about you guys. Because if you can't just tell me about you on the fly, then what do you know about y'all? Not saying that, nobody did. Yeah. Because as you can see, everybody sent in their information, and I loved it. I loved every single entry and everybody who's playing a part of this game. Shout out to my coach. One of my coaches is online, Mr. Mizz. What's going on? And we got Amina on here. That's a lot of people who's tapping into the game on Saturday. We're going to have a good old time.
It's going to be so fun.
We're going to have a good old time. So
scary and fun.
Scary. Why scary?
You know, I'm not going to keep always saying scary. It's just, it's going to be different. It's going to be different
because for me too.
I don't know what my partner is writing. I don't know, you know, what he's actually going to say. And it's like, okay, well, I got to be able to accept, you know, what the fuck he going to say, you know? And I'm like, and it's in front of motherfuckers. It's like, so this not private either, nigga. You, okay, in the good
real
and the
love
bad.
And basketball.
You know, so, like, that's the vulnerable part of having, like, shit, well, now I gotta dig deep and have these.
But you got to think about it. When I do the Let's Talk Love, you have no problem with raising your hand and answering a question because you're passionate about what you're talking about. So it's the same thing. You're just playing it in a game, implementing it in a game. And I've just broke it down to you like a pound. You feel me?
I hope y'all, and then the next one, y'all, I hope that we get some good people too. I'm telling you, this is going to change the way we are loving each other, relationships, how we doing. I'm excited.
And getting physical, like getting up, getting our bodies moving. Because as we said, we only got one chance around this thing. So getting healthier for me is very important because I just had to really apologize to my body like, yo, my bad. I was not always the kindest to you. I let us gain weight. I let us go through things that we shouldn't have went through. I let people hurt us. Like I had that conversation. Like, okay, I forgive you. So let's get to it. Okay, all right.
Now that's over with. I've acknowledged. Let's do it.
You've already did it.
Done.
Be patient with yourself because you got to undo all that you've done. You can't just be like, bam, right back to where you were. So it's like taking that time, being okay with where you at right now, and just taking the little wins, the small wins, the baby wins, you know. Yep. So like the other day, I saw somebody and he was like, "Are you losing weight?" I was like, "What you think?" And he was like, "I don't know. I think you are." I was like, "I'll take that as a compliment." I'll take that as a compliment because I mean, of course, I probably can't see it, you know.
They're like, oh my God, you look so different.
The shed is coming.
Shed it, girl.
The shed.
The baggage, coming. All of that. But it's funny because I'm turning 40, and I think like you remember my sister did the 40 shades. Things started to freaking come up. It's like, well, I'm thinking about this now, and I'm thinking about that now. I'm trying to be more intentional with
the
myself.
40 days of healing. Wow, that still blows me away that even happened like that.
But it's like, bitch, I'm in this realm right now.
You're feeling something.
It's happening right now. Right now.
And it's a shift. The transition is real.
Oh my God.
Like the transition is real. Like you start to like, I don't know, you know how they say the light bulb goes off, but it's in different phases and stuff like that. Ooh. So that's a real thing. And I think that's big in making sure we put that in, like, what are some keys to navigating to understanding that you guys both will go through transitions in life and they're not going to be at the same time.
Ooh.
So your growth and my growth is not going to look the same, but we still have to be, like, more in tune to know, like, okay, so maybe let's see where the hell the moon is at in the sky because you're off a little bit and I'm going to let you work through that.
Yeah.
Because once you figure it out, then we both can figure it out.
Exactly.
But I can't support you in a way when you don't even know you're going through it because honestly, I can speak for that whole thing of when I tell you, like, bitch, I don't know, I think I'm going through a transition. I'm growing right now because I can feel the shift in the energy and it's just weird, but it's just like at the same time, like, hey, embrace it and just be loving everything that comes after it.
Right? I'm like, job, career, going good, all of that stuff. I can't believe it.
Make sure I see y'all out June
24th,
12 o'clock. Be early, before 12 o'clock. And the Pearson Rec Center. And we're going to play. Day. So you couples can be dating, crushing, but this is not the NBA. Just remember that. This is for people who probably can't play a lick of basketball, but it's okay. Because they got to win in the game of love, not in the skill of the game.
Thank you.
Okay?
I don't know how to play.
All right. And the rules were written by yours truly, Miss Love Doctor. So, yeah, we're going to have a good time. And thank y'all for tuning in. come stop and talk with us next week. We're going to have something else probably a little bit juicier. We got a special guest that's going to be in the building. And, till next time, smooches.